Welcome back to Mists, everyone. Last time, we found some chickens, and those chickens were cursed.
They turned them into a whole KFC family bucket.
You all successfully get a long rest. You have successfully killed the trolls and gotten a fuck ton of troll blood, if I'm remembering
we levitated
correctly?
and stabbed one repeatedly.
And got, like, a whole Who has the water skin?
Hi, my name is Rich.
That guy over there.
And he's going to, the entire time that he's talking to you, Varry, he's going to be pointing and prodding at you with his little foil and just be like, back.
Every time he does that, I try to poke him back, like,
Keeping me on my toes, vile creature. Fine. But what I was saying is, we cannot be spending our time... Stop that. Put your stick down. We cannot be spending time with these ruffians.
Why exactly are you telling me this? Aren't I one of the ruffians?
Yes, and you're... Stay back. So, Swift answer, if you're so worried about them, then they're not going to harm you. I can show you that much. I got a good read on them last night. Oh, yes, and you are excellent at reading, as always, I'm sure. You are great at reading, whoever did this to us.
Hey, it's okay. I'm not asking you to like me, per se.
Good, I don't.
Yeah, that's fine. All I'm really asking is that you just listen to my words. Forget about me. Listen to what I have to say.
Separation of words and identity is something that I'm quite proficient at. Go, vile serpent, speak.
I trust that after a night's rest, you three are a little bit less disoriented than you were before.
I think he's more disoriented.
Is this not
Yeah,
normal
he had a
for
whole
him?
vocal shift.
Yes. I'm feeling a lot better there.
Oh,
And I'm ready to get up bright and early and start doing whatever it was we were going to be doing. Leaving!
Then maybe it's best. Hey, if she's saying that you're still a little bit on the frizz right now, Quinsire, was it? Swift answer?
Sir, swift answer to you.
Oh, Sir Swift answer. Then I think in that case it's best I and the Lady Olivia have a conversation.
I will not have you seducing the Madam Olivia.
I'm not seducing. Do you even know what that word means?
I'm the only
He's
one who
oddly silent
seduces
for a
here.
moment.
I start poking him again. Poke.
Hey, back!
Pretty sure I'm the only one who seduces here.
Quinsire, you can stop antagonizing them now. They saved us, remember? Yes, I remember. And it's a ploy to get our hand in help, madame. They are abusing our kindness. Yours specifically.
What? How? Okay, elaborate. How are we abusing your kindness exactly?
Oh, as if I have to elaborate to the venom themselves. Enough with you.
What?
Keep your hands off me.
Is asking questions abuse? Am I badgering you? Is this badgering?
Yes, you are.
Is this
Get out of my
annoying?
personal space.
Poke.
Go away.
Why could we not have just kept them as chickens?
I mean, like...
I don't know. They're more entertaining this way.
That's fair. Comment rescinded.
However, that doesn't mean that I don't regret my life choices.
I want to get the actual read on you people! Ha! You just hear him in the distance yelling.
Alexandria
Is he,
over
like
Celsus's shoulder. And I hit him.
Is he practicing?
His cheeks are puffed up. He looks really red in the face. His mustache is like standing on end, and he's gesturing at the sky as if he's like fighting off some sort of demon that is also near you.
Have you ever noticed that men of his stature tend to act like this?
It is actually quite a commonplace thing. He's always been a little bit of a tough nut to crack, but he means well.
Okay,
think.
well, then I trust that you'd be able to get through to him with what I have to tell you. Here's the facts as I see them, okay? Somebody wanted you dead.
Yes, quite.
And that somebody
problem.
probably resides in Kleka, and they're probably not going to be too happy upon learning about your returnal.
No, and we'd have to go about it quite, silently, I think. Less ostentatious than the normal fanfare. Announcing a grand return of the stagehands and performers might not exactly be the best idea right now, says this loudly to Quincyre.
Quincyre probably not paying attention, fighting a cloud.
Quincyre fighting a tree. Yeah.
No.
My lady, I do not think you need any extra protection. I myself and my swordsmanship skills will be just enough as always. We will be safe on our travels.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is he's
He's
going.
losing to the tree.
I love him.
So
Gets
what
hit
I'm
in the
hearing right
face.
now is he's going to get you all killed if you go back right now.
That is,
What, we cursed into chickens?
we're
All right,
not
I could
going
be
back
wrong.
yet. Quincyre.
I could be wrong. He could be he could be a little genius with that pokey stick of his.
He's not. Quincyre, we're not going back.
What is that? Not returning?
Not quite yet,
Why?
at least.
Why? What is
I
this
wanted,
logic?
I wanted to.
You want to stay
I
out here in the
wanted to talk about
boondocks?
that.
You want to grow flowers and pick potatoes? Is that your life?
No, I just don't want to get stabbed in the back a second time.
Fair enough, I suppose. But I don't think we should be accepting help from just any old traveler. How can we know that they would actually have our best interests in mind, eh?
I serve a king if that helps you any.
Eh? Which one?
Let's see. Yeah, the king of New Hasarok over on the continent of Credo.
Kat, what's the most Republican perspective I can have on Credo?
They're ruled by a dragon.
Okay.
How do you think halflings feel about giant creatures that could eat them?
Like scared little bits of fried chicken.
Yeah, he probably thinks it's a dictatorship.
He sweats. You can see him wipe a little bit of sweat off of his brow and just goes,
My lady, I suggest you take a few steps back now. Quickly.
That's actually the first time I'm hearing you actually work for a king. Huh.
You never asked.
It's true.
We will not be taking any such of assistance from your type. Good day to you, sir.
My type?
Yes, your type.
The fuck's that?
Small and
Tali, can
ugly,
you
and
roll
he
a straight
turns on a
D20?
wheel.
Tali, can
Can I
you roll
roll
a
what?
straight D20? A straight D20.
Yeah,
If it isn't the pot calling the kettle black.
He thinks that all dragons are chromatic except for silver
Oh.
dragons.
Oh. Wow, he's really stupid. Okay, hold on.
He's really
Because he'll pull Olivia's ear down and just be like,
That man follows a chromatic scale. We will be having none of that.
he says this with such confidence.
Celsus in the background
Ari
just
is
goes,
like
I have
trying
no
hard
idea
to
what this man is talking
hide
about."
laughing.
Olivia is being dragged away by these two. Is Simon like begrudgingly going along?
Yeah, he's like he can't argue with Quincyre.
He looks
doesn't have.
Does that guy not know that Pavrum is a respectable brass scale?
It
A
does not seem
respectable
like it.
carnivore, more like.
The fuck is he smoking? He's
His
called
own
the
horn.
Merciful for a reason.
You think
Do
that-
you really think that a merciful entity would call themselves and so boldly proclaim that? It's obviously a ruse.
Oh yeah.
Actually, he didn't
Name's
come
like-
up with that.
Yeah.
Subject did.
Oh, yeah?
A
Do you
likely
wanna show
story.
me? Do you want to show me some of that swift dancing, Quincyre?
You will not lay a finger upon me, I assure you.
Yeah.
the sooner this man leaves, the
Well,
better.
look at me. Look at me. Actually, no, never mind. Don't look at me. I don't want to. I don't
I'm
want to
looking
oppose
at you.
any more of your insecurities.
He puts both of his hands on his hips and looks up, stands proud. You can hear his armor clunk, and he's like 2 feet tall, my dude.
Okay.
He comes up to your
she's, She's gonna narrow her eyes, and she's gonna
Olivia,
kneel.
make me
She's
a
gonna kneel
wisdom
down
check.
so that she's on his level. So, Quincyre, tell me exactly where you plan to find help better than us between here and Kleka.
Find help? No, why? My dear, my very own blade is all the help I need.
From what Olivia has told me, that doesn't sound like the case.
It is. What my lady has. This isn't true. Certainly, this is just the serpent's venom.
He looks up at her.
I mean,
Well.
I could duel him, blade to blade.
That's a fair point.
Please,
We
please,
do have
please.
we do have a fencer in our midst.
Oh, I'm so
You're-
sorry for
And
what I'm
you.
about to say,
Wait,
but you're
you're
gonna hear
on
him
there,
go,
Oh, you're going to get a lady to do a man's work, huh?
All right. I could kick your ass.
Oh, please.
No. Allow me.
No, hang on a
I
second.
could also fight him.
Hang on a second.
No. Oh, boys. And Alexandria, you're
Can
lovely.
we not
I'll
do
handle.
this?
No. We gotta fucking do this.
Yo, Cat, should I roll stats for him real quick? Hold on, can I roll stats
I
for
only
him?
know his intelligence is a flat 10, his
Okay,
wisdom is an 8.
Okay, oh, good. Here is his strength. Here is
Okay.
his dex. Here is his con. Here is his charisma. I'm gonna keep 2. Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, as much as I really would love to see it, we are extremely busy right now, and we should probably be on our way as well. Varry's gonna come up to Fiora and be like, show no mercy, make it quick.
The shadows kind of like getting bigger behind him.
My lady, I think we are dealing with a dark sorcerer.
Varry's going to
goodness.
spin around on her
Facepalm.
heel to face them again, and she's going to say, besides, I really do not think it is right for us to be wearing out our friends here before their trip.
You know, we were wondering why anyone would want to cause harm to us. I think I'm starting to get the idea.
You know, she's smarter than she looks.
Absolute nonsense. My lady, they are just trying to change your mind with their words. They are nothing more than simple peasantry.
Oh, no. You've got it wrong. We're hoping to convince you, either agree to work with us,
Sounds like more
or
words.
prove your independence by taking Fiora here in combat.
I would not lose such an honorable combat. In fact,
He's going to take one of his arms.
I feel very bad for you, miss.
And he is going to tie it behind his back and fight one-handed.
Fiora, having walked over and made sure this place was clear enough for a duel, is going to turn around, just give a whistle. Something is very surprising is going to happen. Her sword's going to get drawn on its own and present itself to her. Her invisible servant is drawing her sword for her.
Just this gross little sweaty man.
I guess we're doing PvP.
Well-
We can say he's not facing Uryte, just so he has a fighting chance.
Believe me, you do not need to make this easier for Fiora.
Yeah, probably not.
This is the equivalent of stomping on a goblin.
Well, madam, I am sorry for what comes to you.
He trots up, he takes a fencing stance, and he swings his foil.
Oh no, he hit.
He actually hit.
He draws first blood!
Time for him to, yep.
10 piercing!
Oh, wow.
That's actually a lot.
That's actually a lot. Jesus.
He flicks the blood onto the ground with a little spray, and then he takes his stance and continues to stand there, more confident. That'll hit.
That hits.
And then in a puff of smoke, Fiora disappears as I cast Misty Step.
Very funny. Face me and do not run like a coward this time.
It's been a long time since I've seen a jester.
Here comes Le Poke.
Miss.
Alright.
Be on your best, Swift
And this
Dancer.
man.
She circumnavigated your
Ah!
defenses, and now
Like
she's after
minimum
Olivia
damage.
herself.
Level 1 fighter diff!
Good cut. You're better than you appear.
Fucking 9 again.
He goes for the same attack.
It's the same, yeah! He hasn't
The one
done
that
anything
she
else.
just parried.
Oh my god, no, that's it. The first attack was that attack. She wasn't ready for it because it's unconventional. But he's done it 2 more times.
He only has one.
Like,
Wait.
I imagine,
one thrust.
I imagine what he's doing is because he's trained, I'm guessing, in theater as well.
Yes.
They specifically, instinctually, instead of attacking at Fiora, attacking at her sword.
Oh my god, yes, definitely.
And instead of having my sword
fucking
almost
love that.
like a cross in front of me, so you can a thrust at the sword will just deflect off and hit me like it
So-
did the first time.
Then I'll say this to Alexandria, because as actual sword fighter here, I don't know, Fiora's fighting might not know this, but you hear him go,
Ah, an excellent guard.
he keeps stabbing the sword.
Does he think that the sword is who he's fighting?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, he might still be feeling the effects of the fear on him.
Now, are you going to lay your weapon down and surrender, or are you going to continue this buffoonery?
End this man! End this man!
Non-lethal, just being clear.
Non-lethal? Okay.
Non-lethal.
Are you sure?
Does not kill him.
Are you sure? Okay.
Letting
Knock
the
him
other
down, I
two
can
letting
heal
the other
him.
two be actual damage.
No.
I'm not killing him directly in front of Olivia, thank you very much.
Dies anyways.
I could have used heat metal on his sword so he wouldn't have a weapon. I could have cast sleep on him.
All things considered, you went very easy on it.
Wait, oh my god, is he down? Var's gonna run over to him, crouch down, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Wow,
healing.
almost full.
Almost up to full.
Well, while I may have doubted it before, I suppose
she's gonna
group
kneel down
very
over him.
much is entertainers.
Hey,
Yeah, what do you think I am?
hey.
Did I win?
Swift Dancer,
Entertainer.
are you okay?
Did I win?
Not even
Who are you?
close.
Oh my
You're
god.
the snake serpent from before.
Thank goodness you're alright. Tell me, Sir
Oh,
Swift
son.
Dancer. Tell me.
Oh.
How can you bear being so brave like that?
It's a heavy burden that sits upon the shoulders of the chivalrous.
Bravery not only to face our friend Fiora in one-on-one combat, but bravery to risk a world devoid of your presence.
It appears in my 4-year absence, I may have gotten a little bit rusty. Which is fine.
Let me assure you, women in Kleka everywhere would have been throwing themselves from the rooftops if they had heard about your alleged second death.
No.
Oh, you're making a joke about the women killing themselves.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
He smiles. You see him slightly blush, and Olivia is just gonna sit down and is gonna slap his cheek gently, but slap his cheek.
Ow.
Yeah. Check on your friend.
That
Has
was
the
my
census
cut
returned
cheek.
yet?
No, he still seems to be waxing chivalrously. So Dance. Need I remind you that you only had the role as Knight 2 once?
Hang on. I need to roll something for myself real quick. Yeah, Varry keeps a straight face.
You had
But I was-
2 once.
But I was the best knight too, wasn't I?
That is what they said in the script. Look, I just wanted to say that you don't need to risk yourself to protect me. I'm not a bumbling buffoon all the time.
But what if some rogue assassin is coming for you? That man over there says he follows a chromatic. Do you know what that means?
You're talking about the Lord of Newhouse Rock? From my knowledge, is he not a brass dragon?
What?
What?
I thought he was orange.
That is brass.
Hey, it's okay. If you're worried about him and if he ever causes any trouble, just pick him up and throw him. That's what I always do.
To the little guy over there?
Yeah. You could pick him up and throw him, right?
Oh yes, I have. Rippling muscles.
Got strong shoulders.
Yes. From carrying so many boxes.
Another way for him to embarrass him.
Right. Well, if you're not here to confound us with vile serpentry and silver-tongued barbarism, what are you here for?
I'm not saying I'm not here for that, but I'm also here to give you guys a little bit of a warning and an offer.
We're listening.
Begrudgingly.
Unnecessary. She flicks his forehead.
So, if you are willing to provide us with a little patience, we've almost concluded our business here with the Aetherbound. And I think afterwards, we'd be happy to accompany you to Kleka. As well as in the coming days, keep an eye on you in case anybody decides that they're going to come after you and finish the job, as it were. There's a place just outside of the village that my patron deity Squidge is looking over. You will have somebody to watch your back there, even if all of us may not be present. And if anybody would threaten your lives, you shall let me know, and we will come to your assistance.
I find it quite unlikely that we'll be threatened out here, but depending on the intellect and the intent behind this individual, they may presume that we would come about someday or other. It would be
Honestly,
best to keep our feet warm.
Honestly, in the next 2 or 3 days or whatnot, yeah, I also think it's very unlikely. But what's not unlikely is eventually whoever did this to you will learn that we undid the curse.
I say, I thought you uncouth and vile, but you have much a way of words for a peasant. Very well. I suppose we will stay for a time.
Okay. And,
Thank
another
goodness.
thing. I ask for one thing in return. It's not money. But once we reach Kleka, I want for myself and for our group. Okay, let me
Do you want to go to the
court?
coat emporium still? I think we could
Let me
make
give
a
you the short of it.
quite a work around here for.
That could be part of the deal, but hear me out, okay?
I'm just saying, I know a girl.
After we've concluded our business with the Aetherbound, we're going to be needing to depart rather shortly on a very, very dangerous mission out into the mire. You see, out in those swamps, there's a cult that's kidnapped somebody who's very important to our friend over there. And the first motion back to Uryte.
How dreadfully evil.
Yeah, so we're going to go in there and we're going to try to steal him back. But we're going to need somewhere to lay low for a while afterwards. Do you think
I see where this is going.
Do you think your group could provide that for us in Kleka? A place that we can retreat to, blend into the crowd?
I know a few people, but that depends on whether or not they're still open in our absence.
Well,
I make no promises.
yeah, I don't expect you to. We don't exactly know the full situation in Kleka yet.
Nor do
All
we.
that I'm asking is that once we get to Kleka as a group in the next coming days, after we're done with our business with the Aetherbound, introduce us to maybe some of your connections, and we'll try to work things out on our own end.
He just
Just as long as you can ensure that they're not going to dismiss us as ruffians, despite that being our current standing.
Well, then you would do good to make yourselves appear less as such. Goodness gracious, you've got twigs in your hair.
Just brush them off.
But you don't suit me as an unlearned person. You seem as though one who has touched a book before in their life. So, I suppose, on my lady's honor, I should apologize for calling you a ruffian. I was
no
incorrect.
apology needed. I am a ruffian.
You notice his eyes just go wide?
Then I was right to defend my lady from you.
Born a ruffian, forced to be smart.
Whatever reason are you doing out here in the boondocks, then? If you're so smart, you could make something of yourself.
I mean, that's what they all say about the city, right?
Only
Make it big
idiots
there.
find themselves on the streets.
Make it big there, you can make it big anywhere.
Isn't
Isn't that right?
You would be surprised how easy you can get into the pockets of people just simply by knowing the right words.
Really? Is that what you spent your time doing in Kleka then?
Oh, no. I'm on the lookout for such a folk. You see,
There's a long vetting process of sorts.
yes, and I make sure that the people who come into our little traveling companionship are, of the good sort.
Just as long as none of the folks that you promised to introduce us to are those who would have their hands in others' pockets. We need somebody that we can trust.
By my honor, they would not be.
Okay, good. And I'm guessing Lady Olivia here is going to be imparting her judgment on that factor as well.
Well, in what regards to the folks we speak to, I feel like I should go about with a second eye on my back at this point. I know not of those who I've met before and what their motives might be for depositioning me, trying to make me vanish or disappear.
Okay.
But, well,
The neighboring kingdom that was recently annexed because they married off their princess to the king of Keldara was a scandal roughly 6 to 8 months before they married her off. She was caught by the city guard of Saith basically hanging out with pirates.
I see.
I love.
And at about the same time that she was caught with pirates, Olivia went missing.
Intriguing.
As a public figure of sorts, I'm not the type to make strong, long-lasting connections. I'm more of a drifter myself. I don't see myself as a homebody, really. So, in that regards, I don't know if I can say I fully trust anyone back home. At least not in the way that you would a lifelong friend. Don't take that the wrong way, of course. That's not to say that I have no one trustworthy.
Yeah.
I don't think my word is exactly as good as others would be.
You don't think it was anybody, like, internally in your troop that did this to you, right?
I can't imagine why.
Not a highly competitive bunch, were they?
No,
Hey.
we were a family together.
Hey, you don't
They
look
can
at
do
your
fucked
wounds
up
over
things
there.
to each other sometimes.
Can we, like, walk back towards the people with burning daylight?
Oh, yeah. He raises a good point.
Sir, I am not the chains upon your ankles.
Look, we'll have more time to talk about this. Let's go back. We could set up camp outside of the village. We've got very urgent business to attend to with some ingredients that we picked up out here. So, yeah, without further ado, okay, up and at 'em.
All right.
Hey, you over there, Slim.
Simon points to himself.
Yeah, you.
Come now,
We're moving.
come now, make yourself useful. Can't have you dragging your feet.
He follows.
We have a plot to uncover, some people to protect, and potentially, a mystery to solve.
This sounds all very exciting.
And you, don't think I've stopped watching my back.
Pretty
Try
far.
anything and you won't be keeping the hand which
I
tries.
wanted you dead, you'd already be dead.
Not a thing that one should say in polite company, ruffian.
Oh, you
The
insulted
same
my
goes for
king.
you. An insult is worth a copper.
Hey, you should throw him.
Tempting, tempting.
He's gonna throw you, Uryte. Better be
If
careful.
he tries, I'll use magic on him.
Self-righteous
want
types
that.
such as him ruffle my feathers, I'd say.
Chicken joke.
Alexandria, pick me up, please. I have to do magic.
Can we stop trying to antagonize each other, please? I thought we were over that part. Let's just keep trying to understand where we're all coming from, yes? I want safety, you want safety. I think it's something we can all agree on, no?
Oh, we've had it rough these past few days.
Then let's have it less rough, huh?
Agreed. I feel like today marks a bit of a turning point for us because we finally got things back on track. We're gonna go back to Gaither Bound. We're gonna save Vega.
In the distance you just hear, Simon, get the bags! We're moving camp!
That's right. Get
We
the
don't
bag,
have any
Simon.
bags, sir.
Well then your job's already done. Let's go, let's go! He pats his bag.
I'm going.
They're almost ready for, transit, so they'll wait for us.
Awesome.
Tim, as we travel, do tell me more about this nomadic group of people you were speaking about last night. I'm so curious.
Oh, I would, but they'd probably kill me.
What?
No, they wouldn't. They're
Yes, they
good
would.
People
Are
that-
they? Should I be carrying myself differently? Do I stand out too much as a city folk?
Oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to meet them if you don't want to.
Nah, the only thing you gotta worry about is don't be an asshole.
That's easier said than done when I don't know what people assume about me.
Essentially, if you're not pompous and puffing out your chest, being like, I'm the most important person around here, then they'll
Come
leave
on,
you
Simon!
alone.
As the most important person around here, I am going to make sure that we get to our destination.
Essentially, don't be like him, and you'll be fine.
You should probably stand in front of them at most times.
Should be doable. I have a wonderful singing voice, a loud one, a boisterous one, but I'm not a loud person. I find it so hard to tell him no.
Perfectly fine. You'll fit in.
I can tell him no.
You would do that for me?
You want me to?
Between you and I? Yes, I would.
Alexandria looks to Celsus.
I tell him no.
You may.
Hey, little man!
Surely the knight does not speak to me.
Shut up, motherfucker!
Were it not you who wished me to
Uryte,
speak?
can you cast silence?
I wish.
One should figure out their words if they want the other to speak less.
I could cast fear again.
That'd be
Just
kinda
stop
funny.
stirring the pot. I think the best way to go forward is if he instigates, you can tell him no. But otherwise, please don't yank his chain too much. He will get riled up.
Oh,
Oh, but it's kind of funny.
I
that's a
don't
kind of
agree at
irritated me
all.
A little bit. Insulted.
I imagine it's hard to keep someone brimming with so much bravery as he from.
Your livelihood isn't tied to him.
Yours doesn't have
It's a
to.
little bit more frightening from my perspective. Currently he's all I have. Simon.
If it makes you feel any
Hi,
better.
Simon.
I don't got
Simon
a whole lot
waves.
myself.
Oh,
Ari waves back.
I have to help my king, one way or another. That's why I'm on this quest. Now, I think we should go a little fast, like we did when we first left here. First left for here, I should say. Get there before the end of the day.
You Newman?
I want to say that this will be fun, but I can't help but feel a dreading sense of apprehension surrounding me.
How are you
Hang
with
on.
bees?
Wait, Fiora, Fiora,
Not sure what you're saying.
Fiora, you still have the one in the jar, right?
I'm not pulling it out.
Come on, please.
No.
Show it to her.
Do you want me to perform a little bit of a magic trick for you? Is that your question?
Oh,
I
no,
could try.
no.
It's been a little while, but I could try.
No, see, one of the issues we're dealing with is giant and small bees.
You're gonna scare the lady.
Do you want me to talk to them for you? I could try.
No, I tried that. Didn't work. Made them angrier. We need to just...
Did you
kind
talk
of-
to them in their language?
Oh, yes, I can speak in any language.
Are you sure?
Yes.
That
Part
seems
of
a
my
bit...
training.
Well, all right. Well, you see, bees don't always communicate vocally. It's often more of a pheromone thing.
Did you
But I
try
suppose
shaking
you
your
know
ass
that.
at them, Uryte?
What?
Did you try doing a little dance?
I mean, technically, yes.
Nonverbal communication.
Well, I seem to be drastically misunderstanding the situation, so
Oh, no,
let's
we have to
just...
destroy them.
Right. Of course.
They shouldn't exist in the first place. They're an abomination that was created
Bees?
by something. These specific kind.
These specific bees. All right.
Yeah.
A beamination.
Yes, abomination.
Hilarious. Have you considered being a performer, my dear? You are quite good with the spoken word.
You think I could?
Just saying, you can sell your wit in Greco.
Do you really think that?
Yes, of course. I've seen hundreds, no, thousands of people attempt to put themselves on display. My dear, you speak with the confidence of someone who knows what they're doing.
I don't know.
Why,
feel
I don't
like
know if you carry it naturally or simply by a learnedness, but you are quite good at it.
I do pride myself as a bit of a word talker.
I feel like I'd rather see her in the fight pits of Newhouse Rook. She'd kick so much ass.
Fight pits are not
there fight
exactly
pits
my
in Gleka?
speed. I can't say I
Are
really...
those like?
Well, you can find them, but again, I wouldn't say go look for
But
them.
we shouldn't be talking about them, right?
They happen behind closed doors and in dark alleys.
Yeah, that's
They're
like
not
a
something
rule.
you want to get mixed up in.
Okay.
Unseedy
Meanwhile,
types.
Meanwhile, the ones for where I'm from, it's a big show of it.
Perfect,
Like,
actually.
you can fight people, you can fight monsters from the sands.
I would much prefer to just simply watch. She kind of like hoists the little
Oh, yeah, there's
goggles
gambling,
onto her
too.
shoulder. Now that seems more my speed.
Also, I'm so sorry for making you constantly carry me, Alexandria. I can walk up the rest
Oh,
of you.
no, I
are.
don't mind.
Oh, alright. It's not because you're sure.
So pardon me if I sound rude, and I assume that I would, considering the reaction that happened earlier, but, you, good sir, she points at Uryte,
Huh.
has an emergence happened since I was gone? Is there
emergence for
a shift in the political climate? I noticed how all of your camaraderie, your compatriots are treating you, and I, simply masked and identified the same process. This sounds so rude. Where I come from, kobolds seem as monsters. Is
I'm
that
not
not the
kobold.
case?
Don't worry about that. I'm
You're
a big
not?
dragon. No.
Oh.
No,
He's
no.
still dragonborn.
Yeah, see, kobolds have tails. He turns around in Alexandria's arms. See, no tail.
Then I'm
I think
doubly
he's-
sorry that I misidentified you.
Oh, no, you're
very
perfectly
sorry.
fine.
I think he's trying to communicate. I think he's trying to communicate to you in B by shaking his ass at you.
No. I was just showing that I don't have a tail. See, kobolds have tails. Dragonborn can have tails.
Right,
However,
right.
I'm I think they called it a mutation. I'm a pygmy dragonborn. I was born small. I can't even. See, I can't even do the breath thing.
Word
He's
to the
broken.
wise: stay away from the carnival.
I mean, see, I have performed in a carnival before. I wanted to try
They
to.
may take you, but I can't imagine they'd treat you properly.
Oh, probably not. I mean,
They'll probably treat him better than we treat him.
but
Alright, Varry's gonna go over and pick him up, and is gonna go to fucking lift him above her head.
hey, no,
I'm gonna throw you!
I
No, just kidding.
But everyone will treat you better than you treat anyone.
I am a wily little motherfucker. Anywho, to answer your question about certain political climates, the only one I can tell you about without a shadow of a doubt is the one of Nyx'Elodia. And it doesn't matter if you're chromatic or metallic, dick. They don't
What
really
about?
care.
Pardon?
In Nyx'Elodia, if you're chromatic or metallic, as long as you're not like a dick, they don't mind. Like kobolds are there,
Really?
goblins can go there. Monstrous races are perfectly fine. Like
You
everyone
see,
kind of knows not to fuck
there was a
around
political
or
movement
find out.
before I'd lost my place in town, it seems. Something regarding the passing of the regency, the sort of evolution of the crown, the bloodline. In fact, I was to perform in such a court. Just a little thing. My group had gathered themselves together. There was this horrid rumor going around, but other than that, it was a wonderfully pleasant occurrence. I unfortunately don't think I was able to make it. A shame. You know of royal, so what say you of the king of the continent here?
The one here on this continent.
Yes, has anything changed in the past 4 years?
Let's see. There was the one guy that was.
Alright, make a history check.
Fucking.
You've only
he
been on
like-
this continent for like a month and a half, my dude.
Is he
Yeah,
like
I know,
flipping?
right?
Is he flipping through his little journal at this point?
Yeah, pretty much. Just. Let's see. There's something about.
I never asked. Does he have cute little reading glasses?
He should.
I
He
love
really
that.
should. I think there was something about a king is what something he mentioned, and some sort of scandal that happened, which I think was your thing.
I was involved in
yes.
those scandals, dear.
Yeah, I think the scandal story was something like king or prince or something like. People thought he had the hots for you or something.
Oh, is this that rumor that you
oh.
mentioned earlier, Fiora?
And then.
Rumor. It was a
good one.
rumor.
Oh.
Not any truth about it, I promise.
There was a new crowning. I don't remember which royalty got crowned, though.
Oh yeah, the crown prince of the kingdom we're currently in, I think, got
That's,
crowned a little while ago.
that's probably the one.
I see.
Fiora and Celsus would also know that he has had children since then.
That makes sense.
He has 3 kids.
I see he has moved on. Excellent to know. No matter what the people think, I don't know what got them going on that route either. Might have been my charm. She like taps her chin.
Might have been how often the prince visited you.
I might have sold it a little bit too much. Well, I hope he's doing alright. I haven't seen him in ages, I suppose.
Yeah. Fucking. At least we're about to get back to Klek soon-ish. Maybe we'll be lucky and we'll get there before too long into the next month.
I just wanted to point out, what I said earlier wasn't untrue. After we're done in the mire, we will need a place to lay low for a while. I guess for the rest of you.
Well, I know a few taverns, and of course I had my own living quarters, if that's still around.
Did you ever run into trouble due to your popularity at a place that you would hide out for a while?
It was not hard for me to go under disguise if I needed to go anywhere. Popularity would only reach a peak, you would say, on the days of matinees. People would start to recognize me in the streets and all of that. I'm being fully honest with you, and she gets like a little red. I kind of enjoyed the attention. But, now? Would they recognize me? Is that what you're asking?
Oh, no, I was just curious, like, if you had, like, your own hideouts. As that was always the thing I liked, having, like, little personal hideouts to go to.
Well, there was one park I would go to. Lovely woman, blind woman, had a little bit of a shop there. She didn't know who I was. We would talk, have tea, the like.
Ooh, that's clever.
She was a good friend of mine. I hope she is doing well.
So you never actually revealed your identity to her?
We preferred it that way. She seemed to have a similar situation.
Oh, a blind woman who ran a store, you said?
Correct. It was a small cafe.
How could she know that somebody... How could she know that somebody wasn't, like, coming in and, like, pocketing a muffin every once in a while?
I suppose she didn't. Or maybe she had her own ways. I'm not sure. I asked her about this sort occasionally.
Would people not be doing that kind of thing in the city?
Oh, no, they would. They definitely would.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to ask, like, would I be out of place, like... would I be out of place by doing that? Because I would definitely do that.
No.
Maybe I would think twice about it if I
Hold
met the woman and like liked her.
Dude, that's frowned upon. Just because people do it doesn't mean it's good.
I never indicated that I thought it was good.
What? You can't just go around stealing what is not yours.
Not even if I'm hungry.
Well, then you look upon the charity of others.
I'm kidding. No,
this is very serious. This isn't something to jest about. Look. There are people who are down on their luck, but it is always the true path of your heart to follow the kindness in yourself, and find that kindness in others.
But there's no harm done if the blind lady never figures it out, right?
That is not true. In fact, you would be doing far more harm than good.
Okay, if I ever meet this lady, I shall promise to never touch her muffins.
I'm tempted to not even bring you to her now.
Come on, you're taking me too seriously.
Well, I can't tell. You swap between serious and unserious so often, it's like you've got your own little performance going on in your head there. I apologize for this ahead of time, by the way. Intonation is not my strong suit, so if I do misread you, please tell me.
Oh, no, that's fine.
You'll notice that my intonation might not be my strong suit either. I remember I got a little bit of a side-eye from that one over there when we first met. Something along the lines of pompous and brash, if I recall correctly.
Wait, which one?
Do I know Uryte's name at this point? Probably different.
Probably. He hasn't been subtle about it.
Uryte there. He seemed to not like me at first. Thought I was similar to Sir Quinsire. I suppose I did project in such a way at the time. Didn't know you all.
Well, logistically speaking, he can't not give you the side eye.
Pardon?
It's because his eyes. Side of his head.
I see. Yes, of course.
At least they're not on top of his head. That would make him an ambush predator.
God, I don't want to see Uryte in the bushes.
I don't think he's going to respond to our teasing. I think he's busy with something right now.
His eyes are glowing.
Seems he is performing some sort of magic again. Very dedicated to his craft.
I'm going to pick you up and throw you again.
Don't do that. I'm keeping a watch.
Fight me.
I knew you were paying attention.
I have a sword. I will stab you.
Yeah. Okay. You do that, Olivia. Keep keeping him safe.
While we have a little bit of time, I'm curious. How did you all meet? You seem like such a band of misfits. There's got to be a story there, no?
I convinced them to help me with stuff.
Stuff? How fascinatingly vague.
Zombies.
Oh yeah, there was a zombie problem.
Oh, good heavens.
I just realized, in this party, I'm the only one who's been around since episode 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, you are.
So I was about to say
Survived.
I met because I was
Fucking
like
post the
hanging out by the
image.
board of the Equinox Reserve, but that's
Post
at
the image.
place, but that's
of the
technically
fucking
not true
regular
anymore.
show character sitting on the cliff.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Let's see, I met him because, and I was like, hey, I'm looking for a guy. And they were like, oh, that's on the way to where, another friend is trying to go to. And
So you're the one
yard stare.
providing funding for this adventure of theirs?
Are we funded?
I presumed you were. Are you not?
Uryte is responding as a 1,000-yard stare.
Goodness, I
Where's
didn't.
my money, Uryte?
Huh?
Are you funding us?
I'm getting impatient.
I mean, I have done, little things for you here and there, if you remember. I've been giving him more spells. I got her new
That's true. They're
armor.
tasty.
Tink tink.
Paid in favors, I see.
Tink tink.
Paid in favors for a favor, pretty much, yeah.
So you're just
Armor,
what?
spells.
Friends that travel? Then? Not exactly.
I'm a maid.
You, Fascinating outfit for one. What
Yeah,
is
she's
it,
like a combat maid.
what is it composed
I'm made of paper.
Huh?
I'm made of paper.
We're just a hodgepodge group of misfits, you
Are
see.
you pulling my leg now
I'm
again?
sure you've had-
That's a funny joke.
I'm sure
there,
you've
man.
had plenty of theatrical plays with that kind of concept.
Oh, what?
We're a ragtag
Alexandria is
group
oversharing.
out
as
on
per
our
normal.
own, trying to make it in the big scary world.
Yes, I suppose
No,
I'm
I'm
just.
actually made of paper.
She's just gonna stop in the road for a second.
Everyone's
Dear,
made
it
of
was
paper
funny
if you
the
think
first
about
time,
it.
but repeating it does not make it funnier.
How did you think about
Master,
it?
how do I
So I can't think of anything except that paper burns,
No,
which I would not suggest doing.
So-
That'd be a terrible way to prove
Celsus
it.
kind of just walks over to Olive and is just like,
I suppose because I have to close this now. She is my spec.
Kind of blink, blink.
Made of paper.
That is all you need to know.
Oh, all I need to know. I see. Yes, of course. Right then. Suppose I will take that at face value for now.
Technically, I'm stolen.
Yeah, I kind of stole her right now. I'm kind of using her
Yeah.
instead of Celsus.
Stolen from whom? Keep talking, dear.
From Celsus, I'm using her.
Celsus.
No.
Master.
You meant something else,
Stop
I'm
insulting
sure.
me. No, I mean technically right now I'm stolen because I'm not being spellbook.
Oh, I see. So you can transition between the two at will? Is that it?
She sets Uryte down and just
Oh,
basically unsummons.
darn it. Stole her back.
Interesting. Well, I don't mean to assume that you're some sort of a magical item or a spirit contained within an artifact. I have no knowledge of this sort of a thing, but it is good to meet you, I suppose. An interesting entity, if you will.
Is she still?
And
a
I
book
mean
on
that
the
in a
ground?
positive way.
No, she's in Celsus's
Oh,
hands.
yeah, Olivia's talking as if she's there.
The book.
I thought she just poofed into a book and Olivia just kneeled down and was just talking to
Talking
her.
to a book on the ground, yeah. That's
She
what I
could
thought.
like walk up to Celsus's book and like lean in and talk at it.
Right, I'll do that as we walk, just like, you know, I think we're gonna get along, dear. You seem to have a lot of story to tell amidst your pages, if you don't mind the jest.
Also, luckily no scrying sensors from what I could see so far, so we're good.
Oh, that's a relief.
Celsus has the look of he is letting this conversation go on purely because Alexandria seems entertained by it.
Alexandria's getting praise. Is she happy?
Yes.
Olivia's literally the type of person to be just like, oh wow, what a gorgeous book you are.
Damn, Alexandria didn't even get to mention how she eats books to Olivia.
She'll have time. Floating behind Celsus like a fucking wisp, just like, so, what is this? Indentured servitude? Some sort of a magical enchantment binding? Maybe a little bit of both? What is going on between you two? You act almost as if, how do I put this? Well, I'm on a mix-up between husband and wife and brother and sister. There's a close bond, whatever it is, though.
See them as married. That makes sense.
But they don't. argue enough.
Celsus lets Alexandria respond.
Married people don't always argue, Varry. I was married to, like, 3 different people. We barely argued, save for, like, the second one.
Like what? Not even for fun?
No.
Did you ever fight each other bare knuckles just for the hell of it?
Oh, no, that would have been me and Umag who did that.
Nice.
She wanted to try to, like, establish dominance, and I was like, are you sure? And she was like, hell yeah. God, she
Okay,
was
but you're talking
Spitfire.
you're talking for like dominance. You ever just do it just for no reason at all?
It depended. If she was in a mood, she would try to pin me down, and, like, be like, what are you gonna do about it? And I'd be like, I mean, depends, and, like, depending upon, like, the look in her eye, and most of the time it would end into, like, play fighting, but then, like, play fighting became, like, actual bare-knuckle fighting, but, I mean, come on, she was an
Just
orc.
like actually just like full send.
Oh,
No?
God, yeah.
I mean, we're not married. We're close. Kind of just been us together forever.
I apologize if this is, prying too much, but are you a magic object? Or are you...
Am I a magic object?
Technically, yes.
Is it because I have magic in me?
It's because she
You are
reads
magic.
books.
I am?
Yes.
Can I
you
cast
are.
magic?
Yes, you can.
You
In
cast
ways.
through me,
Yes.
but I can't cast for me.
It's fascinating. I can't put my
Not
finger on it.
really.
You're one of a kind.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, she is.
Well, I'll leave you alone from my prying. Thank you for answering my questions.
I don't mind the prying. He does a little.
I suppose you get this a lot then, don't you?
Nope.
Really? Has curiosity just fallen out of favor?
I don't come out a lot.
Why ever
We're
not,
currently
dear?
in the middle of nowhere, meaning I don't need to hide.
Why would you need to hide? Is there something wrong?
I'm a very powerful magic object.
Yeah, stealing a sentient spell book would usually fetch you a pretty penny.
I can't
Yeah,
tell that
definitely.
by looking at you. You look like a person to me.
Yeah, but if I'm around a spellcaster, like, looks at Uryte, him, I appear as pure magic.
It is true.
Surely you're not the only entity that appears as such. There are others who are cloaked in magic and strong aura spells and the like.
Dragons.
Master says better safe than sorry.
Yes, I do.
Well, alright. I just can't imagine being cooped up like that all the time.
Oh, I like the book. I get to sit in the bag. He writes things on me.
You know, you really should.
Pens are very tickly.
You really should meet the madam of the cafe. I think you would have a lot in common.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
A fellow shut-in.
Am I a shut-in?
You seem like it, dear. No offense.
In the same way Uryte gives everyone the side eye, yeah.
Is it just because I can be shut?
No,
And put
no.
in the bag.
It's a matter
And
of
put in the
speak.
yes.
And enjoy a purveyor of solitude. Would you not say that of yourself?
Oh, I love people. I don't like to be alone. I can hear from the book. And I'm never alone, because I have him. Plus, also being a book means I get to hear all the gossip.
Ah.
Nobody pays attention if there's a book on the table.
That's not true. I know a guy that would pay
Oh
attention
wait,
to
are
the
we
book on
gonna
the table.
have? Are we gonna have fun in Kleka? Is that what I'm
You
hearing
think
right
you
now?
use me for gossip?
Well, if you're not against the idea, there are some people I wouldn't mind overhearing. You know, conversations set at night. I'm getting ahead of myself, but the thought does cross my mind that could be very useful, given, well, potential bad tidings going on. If there's a
Okay,
secret
we could
Very
talk
few
about-
circumstances where I will let her leave my side.
We could talk about potential justifications for blackmailing later. Let's just focus on the blackmailing for now.
Who says she has to leave your side?
Who said I wanted to blackmail anyone?
My good sir, there are many ways to hide a wizard that do not involve distance. I can show you a few things, I think. She dabs her chin.
I'm aware. I'm simply letting it be known.
Sure. Question for you then. And she's gonna drop her face for a second and just go, how long have you been wearing that?
Wearing what?
Pursed lips, little smile. Faces come in all sorts of colors. Some are adorned with filigree, traces of gold. Others a sign of aging or perchance a story engraved on a cheek. Yet, the face you wear is blank. Almost as if you're trying to hide it. I merely ask because the longer one wears a face, the higher the chance is that it just simply becomes who you are.
Celsus kind of looks at her, and then just kind of goes,
I apologize. My immediate reading on you was incorrect.
That's alright.
You're much more aware than you first seemed.
Underestimation is the greatest tool in a wizard's toolbox.
I thought wizards had spellbook.
Metaphor, dear. I'm a stage performer, remember? She winks.
I love playing Alexander.
Well, if it will stop your prying to the subject most of my life.
Oh, make no mistake. It won't stop my prying. It might just satisfy me for a bit. Respect and curiosity are not mutually exclusive. If you wish me to not press further, I simply won't. But that doesn't mean I won't be curious, because you, sir, are curious.
No, he's Celsus.
Metaphor, dear. I want to imagine whenever Alexandria says things like that, Olive's like her expression cracks for a moment and she looks pained.
Olivia does? Listen, Alexandria is low whiz.
Yeah. Olivia's low int.
What's her wisdom? What's her wisdom?
My favorite part about Olivia is she's
her wisdom
perceptive,
is
but she
5.
doesn't know anything, so she just asks questions.
yeah.
Miss Olivia, can I?
Yes.
I've never tried a play. And you said you were a performer.
Yes.
Do you have one?
Oh, on my person? Well, I was practicing the script for the princess performance last I left. It should still be on me. I'm gonna check myself. Do I have it?
Sure.
Alright. Yeah, okay, she'll flip it out and she has like a transcript in her hands. I suppose I could put on a little bit of a performance for you if you'd like.
I was going to say, can I try it?
Try what, dear?
Tasting it.
Looks at Celsus. Same expression as is on the token.
Same expression. Yep.
Oh, I eat paper. I eat stories.
Well, never tried a play before. Do you?
I've tried history books and encyclopedias and romance novels and mystery novels and horror novels.
You know what? You know
and
what? You know what?
songs and sonnets and
Miss Alexandria.
limericks. Yes.
Fluttering of paper and just like consider it a token of good faith.
Wait, do you hand her the whole thing?
Yeah.
Or just a paper?
I'm going to eat for months.
Although I must say, the experience is a lot different from just reading it. A play is about the energy behind the performers, the liveliness that can be brought by a gathering of people in person all experiencing the same thing. It's well, I would say it's a magic in
But
and
you
of
were
itself.
practicing it, right?
Oh, well, yes.
So it's a little weird. But like objects owned by people kind of have their like essence to them. So since you were practicing with this script, it has your essence.
Is that so?
So your energy. Yeah.
Then, and she gets a little bashful for a second. I would love to know how it is. If that's not too much to ask, of course.
I have to tell you, everyone has a different taste.
But then I guess I would like to know what... It sounds wrong, saying what my taste
I could tell you
is.
right now if you wanted.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh God, here we go again.
No, she's
If they're going to start talking about it, or if they keep talking about like, tasting each other like this, can we like
When
move further?
when
ahead or
Alexandria
something?
says, I can tell you right now, Olivia does the like little hand paw wave thing, which is like, oh yes, please. It's like she's very excited.
So instead of nibbling it like Alexandria normally does, she kind of just folds it up and puts it into her mouth.
Olive is looking down at the paper and then up at Alexandria's mouth and then down at the paper, just like, I don't know if I should be watching this. This feels lewd.
She swallows the piece of paper.
I'm just eating. It's like a snack.
Well, is it not
Also-
rude to watch someone eat so intently?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, well,
I watch Celsus Master eat all the time.
my assumptions precede me. I apologize. Please, what did you...
Anyway, you taste like... What are those rose thingies that people put in tea?
Oh, rose hips.
Yes. And
I love rose hips.
Not dark chocolate, but kind of dark. What's the word? What's the word? Partially dark.
Milk chocolate?
no, not that
Not
sweet.
milk chocolate.
Somewhere between dark and milk chocolate.
Medium chocolate?
Yes!
I can't honestly say I know a
Your
word for
chocolate
it.
was mid, bro.
Hey now, my chocolate is
medium.
perfectly acceptable. Right.
Yes. That
Is that
is nice.
good?
It's better than the time that I ate a book who was owned by a man who tasted like seawater
Mmm.
and a awful like vinegar.
Reminds me of a Saith performance I was at once. It's commonplace for the sailors there to throw seawater upon the performers at the end of a performance. I was not told.
Well, I can't imagine that was very good for their costumes.
Nor the makeup. But it was a success, I think. We weren't invited back, so I don't know.
Can we speed up a little bit? They're
I've already
talking
said
about
him like twice.
yeah, but more.
You're
They're talking
still
about
going at a
tasting each
fair
other
pace.
again.
Pace, not pace.
But no, specifically, I wanted to talk to Uryte for a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Is what you said true about your kingdom?
What's that?
That all walks of life there are welcomed.
Well, yeah, as long as like you follow, basic common courtesies, yada yada. You're not a dick. I mean, unless something's changed since I've been gone. It's been a few years. But like,
Okay.
we had orcs, goblins, humans.
Any of my
Yes.
kind?
I don't rightly recall.
I mean, surely, right? There
It might have been like
has to be.
probably like. There's so many people there. It's hard to, and I was not really always able to see everyone.
Yeah, and I'm sure at some point we tend to blend in with other races as well.
Well, I mean that, and also you probably kind of like me would enjoy the sand a little too much.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Since we've been talking already a great deal about offers today, I'd like to ask you something, if I may.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Okay. No more gifts, no more armor, no more gold, none of that. All I want from you is that once this is all over, once we're done with our mission, I just want you to take me there.
I mean, yeah, of course you can come there. I mean, I would never try to stop you. Be like, you might enjoy it there. And, like I said, there, the arena and whatnot, fight pits, everything.
Even if I don't enjoy it, I think I need to. I just need to experience that. That's all.
Definitely hope that you'll be there with me whenever I go back there. And if you want to stay, I mean, I've been nice. Have a friend.
I tend to not want to stay in one spot for too long, anyway. But yes, I think I just need to get away from this continent in general.
Ah,
Between you and me, Uryte, what Olivia said about me, I don't think that's really true.
that you have a sense of humor and could probably take it as a jokester or whatnot.
No, not here. Not in Kleka.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
in this
so-
continent. Not anywhere near the Sisterhood.
Yeah, that makes sense. But at the same time, I mean, I think you could probably make it work.
Like, I'm not saying that like I'm gonna give up on trying. No. I just don't expect it to actually pan out, you know?
Yeah. That gives you more time to work on your material. Maybe get some jokes from me. Like, what sound does a rat's door make?
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Exactly.
No, don't come in.
Yeah. But we gotta make sure
What
you
noise
survive
does a rat's wagon wheel make?
I feel like squeak would be another good one to go, but I feel like it's probably something different.
Squeak, 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 squeak. See? Here, you see what I did there? I took your joke and I changed it a little bit. Now it's mine.
See? You're working. You're doing it.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness gracious. But all we gotta do first is make sure that we all survive so that this can happen.
Oh, yeah. There is still, of course, that question. This is all future talk.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I had a few places I like to eat. They had the perfect spicy foods.
Yeah. I'd win. I could show that. I could show that spicy food who's boss. Round 2. I have time. I have time to train. Just need to find Howlite again.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope she's doing alright.
I don't. I hate myself for saying this, but I'm still thinking about those trolls from the other day.
Okay.
Like, and I'm glad I can have these conversations with you, because if I say anything dumb or embarrassing, you'll just forget about it.
Unless I write it down.
No offense. No, okay, well, that's your choice to make, and I trust that you could make the choice. If you were a really, really good friend, you could make the choice that if I say anything embarrassing, to just leave that part out.
Probably.
But I'm not afraid to be honest. Still thinking about those trolls. Still feel kinda bad. Even though we did do what we said we were going to set out to do. I don't know. Can I get your opinion on this? Whether or not this is irrational or not?
Yeah, what's up?
I just have this deep subconscious feeling that if the world was a little bit different, if things played out a little bit differently in all of our lives, if the threads of fate were just 2 paces off, what if I never met Cross? What if I was still a wanderer? Wanderer going from place to place, town to town, person to person, trying to fit in, but still just getting pushed away further and further until I have no choice but to hide in a little cave up in the hills north of the Aetherbound. And let's say, in this universe, things were a little bit different. Vega ends up getting petrified. And who would come across me but your group? Us, you guys.
See, I feel like that situation, if it was still me in that group, I probably would have tried to talk to you first.
Yet, you would have been invading my home. My last bastion. Any semblance of security I had would have been threatened by your presence, even if you were trying to be reasonable, as we were with those trolls. They were in the right to stick up for themselves and try to defend their only home. I probably would have done the same, if I'm being honest.
True, but I don't know. I still feel like it would have played out differently. I do feel bad that we had to do what we did, but if I remember correctly, trolls
I'm not trying
are-
to accuse anyone of doing the wrong thing, mind you.
Oh yeah, it's just one of those. So.
It's irrational.
Trolls-
I'm being irrational. Am I being irrational?
No, you're
Tell me
having
that.
one of those sort of moments where you're like, it could have been me. Kind of like
That's
I
the-
used to
that's
have a
the-
lot of.
Worst damn thing about this continent. Everywhere I go, everything I seem to do, I can never relate to the people, but the monsters for some reason. It's always the monsters I empathize with.
Probably because a lot of them, some could technically just be like you and me. Just a normal guy that's
No.
trying to make days. You
No,
know,
no,
go
no.
on.
I don't think that's the thing, though. I think if given the option between eating a sheep and a person, they would choose the person, still those trolls.
Oh, they probably would. Or somebody else's sheep because, they got it easier, but what's the way to really say this? This place over here really makes you see how gray the...
You said how gray the world is?
Yeah, because not everything's black and white. It's kind of this muted gray. There's good, there's bad, sure, but for however much good you do, there's just as much fucking bad that happens. You killed those trolls. Congratulations, you've now made it to where people can use that mine again. We've made it to where...
I told you
Different
the
place.
feeling was irrational.
Good. We've made it to where those people can now be using that place to make advancements. Money can flow better. We saved the place from those zombies and whatnot, right?
Don't know how that has to do with anything.
It's kind of that gray thing.
Okay, go on.
We've saved that place. People can start moving back in. However, that good deed we've had, we are now making it to where crime is going to start happening. So again, people are going to die because they're not able to acclimate to the place because it hasn't fully healed. For every good thing we do, something bad's going to happen. For every bad thing we do, something good's going to happen. We're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't.
That's the thing. Everything that you're describing sounds logical, but this time, I think my feelings are just beyond logic at this point. Which is a strange experience. I've always been very in tune with myself, believe it or not. But I'm not exactly sure what to do with these feelings.
I think that just means you're starting to learn more about yourself or something. I think you should think on them. Don't bottle them up. Don't try to hide them. Try to look within and see if you can't figure out what they mean and everything. They're what make you you. I like you. You're a good person in my head. So, I mean, what's wrong with trying to figure out what these new sort of emotions or thoughts mean?
We need to find Howlite.
Yeah, I do. I can find her. Did she say she was gonna come back?
I did before she went. I offered her one of my charms. If she wants to come back, she may or may not let us know.
That's good.
Even though a few nights have passed and still haven't gotten anything, I'm still hoping.
Hey, I kind of miss her. I mean, she was gonna try to introduce me to a dragon at some point. Maybe they could have, told me some shit too,
I did mention to her before she left to come in contact with us in case she was in trouble. That might be what she's waiting for. She seems to be able to do well on her own, but I don't think she's necessarily aware of how we can help. And I don't think I was aware of how I could help until it was too late.
And I was kind of,
Well, I hope it's not too late.
if it makes you feel any better, if I have the magic by the end of today, I'll try sending her a message. If I have the magic for it and whatnot.
I don't know if that's the right choice, is the thing.
Well, see, that's the thing. If she's upset and doesn't want to respond, she doesn't have to.
Is there a way that I could message her?
If we had a different kind of magic, yeah.
Yep, there's the catch. Can't play Magic Stone. Shucks.
Yeah, that's the whole magical item and whatnot. And I mean, technically, actually, there might be a way. You are magically inclined.
Mm-hmm.
If I made a spell scroll, there is a chance you could use it.
I mean, where are we going to find the time to do that? Like, we are so busy right now with what we have to do.
It would literally take me just like a little bit of time at night to transpose it on a spell scroll.
Wait, let's spend our hours of daylight doing something else. Maybe though, once we return to rest, we could do that in Squidge's domain.
I'd have to physically do it. Can I physically do stuff in Squidge's place?
I'm not actually sure. I've been meaning to test that, actually. That'd be a good way to test it.
Get back to me on that. Maybe we'll see how... Yeah. Maybe we can play around with some stuff. I'll need to get more paper and stuff.
Or you're just like grabbing up all the crayons at the arts and crafts store.
Alright, I'm gonna start writing some shit down, so I think I'll have somebody carry me again.
Alright, up and at 'em.
Alright. Alright. Now we can pick up the pace even more so, because you don't have to worry about scrawny legs.
Var's gonna look back at the rest of the group. How's Simon and Quintsire holding up back there?
I imagine they had gone on ahead and were just kind of yapping loudly as they walked down the path.
Quintsire is yapping.
Okay.
Simon is not saying anything, just letting him talk.
He's airing a lot of... It sounds like frustrations. A lot of frustrations.
Despite not giving the best first impressions, I think he's starting to grow on me. What do you all think? Quintsire? I kind of like the peaks I'm getting into his deranged little world. They're making me feel better about myself.
Celsus pauses for a moment. I can see the appeal in that.
Despite the loud interruptions, he's a fantastic performer. It cannot be understated how skilled he is.
Oh, is this the thing where some people like take the job way too seriously and continue playing the characters even though they're not up on a stage?
Method actor, yes. Yes.
Good for him. Good for him. There is currently, due to the infestation, a pretty strict dress code when it comes to the village. Now, I don't think any of you possess beekeeper uniforms, do you?
No.
All right.
You can ask for some from Aces and whatnot, probably.
What, didn't they say something at the gates that they don't have extras, that there's a shortage right now?
I think it's not outside of reason that we could just simply stay back from the establishment until we're needed.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
It would not offend
I have
me.
a place. I've got a place out in the woods. I've got the shrine.
This better not be a
show you guys
trick,
there.
Snake. You wouldn't be delving us deeper into some dangerous dungeon.
Oh,
Would you?
don't worry about me. Listen, if it makes you feel safer, we could split up. I could take this group back to the shrine while the rest of you head into town and get working on that medicine.
Alright.
A suspicious
And
ploy, but fine.
surely if I try
Ooh.
anything, all three of you would be able to gang up on little old me.
Surely, definitely.
Definitely.
Right,
Come
so let's
on.
see this
Don't
place
think
of
about
yours.
it. Don't think about it. I know I'm huge, but don't think about it.
You are quite large, and I think that this would be perfectly fine, and you should extend a olive branch, if you will.
Oh, Uryte was just teaching me about jokes.
Yes,
Pardon?
that's a good judge.
Oh, I just did that subconsciously, didn't I? Whoops.
You did.
It wasn't intentional, dear.
Is there like a term for this?
There is a term, I'm just like so old I'm forgetting it.
No, folks from my place would call it a wet floor sign. A little bit of a slip.
Freudian slip? No, that's not it.
Or it doesn't exist in this world.
Get Freud out of here.
No, I'm sure you'll find the right word, dear. Now, shall we get going before the sun sets?
All right,
Yeah.
putting you down.
Have fun, y'all. I'm gonna go get.
And if you figured it out, tell me about it later. All right.
Yep.
Yes, we will be seeing each other, I'm sure. Good luck with your, situation.
Thank you.
Alexandria waves.
Goodbye, Alexandria.
Yeah.
Oh, and we should definitely talk over food later. I'm very curious if there's anything else I can offer you.
I take original stories, preferably in calligraphy.
That would be a fun challenge if I have some free time tonight.
Fiora,
Yes.
before we go, just for safety's sake, show them what the phase wasp looks like, can't you? Show them Jari.
Well, the jar's kind of opaque.
What is this? Some sort of off mayonnaise? Perchance a pickled egg gone spoiled. I can't quite see past the musty glass. What's supposed to be in here?
Ding, 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 ding. She's gonna tap the side of the jar.
Stop antagonizing the wasp inside. Hold on.
I'm checking if my son is alive.
Sorry, give me a perception check.
Jari.
You hear nothing from the jar.
I promised I wouldn't cry.
I don't have any form of illusion magic.
Fucking asphyxia.
Yeah, most I could make an illusionary trinket.
It's not like the jar had air supply.
No,
I mean, it's not
it was in the
big,
bag.
so I
knows,
think
it
that
might
would
also
actually.
be playing
I think
dead.
prestidigitation would work.
It could also just be high out of its mind.
I like the
Yeah.
idea, though, that regardless, Varry thinks it's dead.
No, 6 perception
Yeah.
is dead.
Holding it in my hand.
Olivia and
Oh, heavens.
now know what the wasps look like.
You're pulling my leg. That's a bee.
Nah, it's a wasp.
I think I know a insectoid when I see one, sir.
Well, yeah, and we also have a well-learned man who's more than you, Celsus.
A well-learned man
going to
putting on
explain
airs
things
of
to this man.
intellect. Buffoonery. Right, that's the enemy. Point taken. We'll look out for bees.
I can't-
Symbolically,
Twin
this is
fire,
like.
was it?
What, yes?
Watch your tongue before I cut it out of your mouth.
Empty threats, little lady. Empty threats.
Varry.
Yeah.
Westley, can you roll an attack for Alexander?
Fine, be that way.
Slashes a sleeve off of his shirt.
Ruffians, all of you.
Can I kill him?
No, Alexandra.
No!
Yeah.
Stop that!
Don't worry, you'll learn to like being a ruffian one of
If
these
you,
days.
if you of him, you are no better than he is. Remember that, please. And also, he's not as bad as he seems, I promise.
I will have to
so
see
No,
it
Alex-
to...
He
Yeah,
has
remember
a loud
You were insulted!
personality.
I know Alexandria, but
Where
remember,
I come from, it's a self-defense mechanism.
Hey, Swift Dancer,
Huh?
do you really think I'm a ruffian?
Well, you said so yourself, so of course I do.
But do you think I'm a ruffian?
Well, yes, look at you. You have twigs in your hair.
Do you promise I'm a ruffian?
Why do I need to promise? What is this?
Do you? Do you?
I don't care.
All right, well, let's go to the camp then.
What?
He just looks around like, what was that?
And remember, Alexandria, I do not concern myself with the opinions of obvious lessers.
Oh!
Both of you stop that right now. That is no way to go talking about anyone.
Fight, fight, fight. I'm sorry, I'll stop.
I don't care how abrasive he is. Be the better person.
Look, we're going to go out to the shrine. It's going to be a lovely time. We'll be surrounded by nature and all of nature's creatures. It's by a bit of water. We'll set up some tents, get a fire going.
That sounds
That'd be lovely.
lovely. Shall we
I'm
then?
sure you'll find some good time to unwind and maybe be a little bit more approachable.
You know, in my younger
By the
years,
end
I
of the night.
enjoyed a spot of camping here and there.
Oh,
It'd be
that's
fun.
good. Because you've got a couple days ahead of it ahead of you.
I'll use it to inform future decisions about, well, my perspective. Always another chance to learn something new, as you say. Come now, let's stop making enemies. He's just gonna push him.
Alright.
Just gonna push him forward, little guy.
Well,
she also
I'm sure
sneaks a
when
little
push-
wave at Alexandria before she leaves.
Well, Celsus, Alexandria, Fiora, I'm sure when push comes to shove, what she said must be true.
Or not.
Or we could take his head off.
Or that. Toodaloo. Don't get stung. I won't be there to help.
We'll be fine.